All right, here we got another Trump supporter questioning why Trump is doing this, doing so much kissing up to Israel. No, another guy's just noticing now, waking up. All right, let's see what he has to say.
This is not what I voted for at all, Donald Trump. And it is time for every honest, rational American who supported this man like I did because they wanted the end of foreign wars. For us to stop spending our money, lives, and destroying our military that we're supposed to use to defend the homeland. Here, the United States of America, for our people. To fight wars for a foreign country. The Palestinians are trapped in a bombed, destitute area of land with no resources because Israel has cut off all water, power, and food and humanitarian aid to the area. They have literally nothing. No military. Nothing. They can't fight back. And they're currently being bombed from the sky with our money. We are currently attacking Israel's enemies in an area that we have no strategic interest in whatsoever. You have got to come clean. Fuck the Epstein files. Fuck the JFK bullshit. Tell us what the fuck has you so afraid of Israel? Tell us, what are you so terrified of? Trump, Elon, why are you guys so afraid of the truth when it regards Israel? Just level with us. Like, I don't even think it's personal blackmail at this point. It can't possibly be that. Are you that evil that you would let millions of people die and ruin millions of Americans' lives and risk World War III? That's how worried you are about the, 5 or 10 years you might have left on the planet? What did Netanyahu tell you, Trump? Does he have nukes in a supervolcano in Montana that he can detonate if you do anything wrong? How are we being blackmailed by Israel? Come clean with the American people. If you want us to die on their behalf, tell us why we're dying on their behalf. Explain it to us. Because there is no rational interest for us to continue to fund and die in foreign wars.
And which is no surprise to us in the truth community, but most normies really have no damn idea. Here's an AIPAC CEO of AIPAC bragging that he controls the Trump administration. And that's pretty much every modern president. In fact, it might even be every president controlled by these Jew vermin.
We may not lobby the executive, but as we were talking about, there was a discussion earlier about Congress being representative to the people. Well, the White House has to be responsive to Congress. And so it's working with, at the time, our friends on the Democratic side of the aisle to apply pressure the way that they know how to an administration, as it will be with this administration. Bob was talking about the people who will get appointed into some of these jobs. Look, at the top level, you talk about Marco Rubio and Elise Stefanik and Michael Waltz. Those three people have something in common. They all serve in Congress. They all have relationships with key AIPAC leaders from their communities. So the lines of communication are good. Should there be something questionable or curious that we need access on the conversation to? You never know. One of the first candidates I ever met with as an AIPAC professional when my job was to meet candidates for Congress was a guy named John Ratcliffe. He was challenging a longtime incumbent member of Congress in Dallas. And I just said, this guy looks like he could win the race. And we go talk to him. He had a good understanding of the issues. And a couple of weeks ago, he took the oath as the CIA director for crying out loud. This is the guy that we had a chance to speak to. So there are I won't call them lifelines, but there are lifelines.
But look, we did something that was historic. We saved tens of millions of lives worldwide. We, together, all of us, not me, we got a vaccine done, 3 vaccines done, and tremendous therapeutics like Regeneron and other things that have saved a lot of lives. We got a vaccine done in less than 9 months that was supposed to take from 5 to 12 years. Because of that vaccine, millions and millions of people. I think this would have been the Spanish flu of 1917, where up to 100 million people died. This was going to ravage the country far beyond what it is right now. Take credit for it. Take credit for it. What we've done is historic. Don't let them take it away. Don't take it away from ourselves. You're playing right into their hands when you sort of like, oh, the vaccine. If you don't want to take it, you shouldn't be forced to take it. No mandates, but take credit because we saved tens of millions of lives. Take credit. Don't let them take that away from you.
Okay, so the president made news.
Do you agree with that? Right?
Both the president and I are vaxxed, and did you get the booster?
Yes.
I got it too. Okay, so
Don't. No. That's all. There's a very tiny group of it.
I think if you look at the Congress, I think in history there has never been a foreign legislature owned by another country as completely as the American Congress is by the Israelis. Not directly always by the Israelis. It's through their bluster and their demands that they get involved. But the American geography, if you will, is loaded with pro-Israeli organizations like the Anti-Defamation League, the Southern Poverty Law Center, AIPAC, and untold numbers of Jewish millionaires. They say Trump took $100 million from a woman, a Jewish woman who lives in Las Vegas.
Miriam Adelson, casino heiress, as it were, casino widow.
Yes, that's exactly right. But no, since 1948, we've been owned lock, stock, and barrel by the Israelis. Since Truman took money to run the 1948 election from Jewish Americans, that has been a steady uphill climb toward owning the Congress and the media. That's just the way it is in this country, sir. Those organizations I just mentioned to you are now employed gaining data about American conservatives and Christians. So when the time comes to round them up, they give the information to the FBI. I imagine they're on a retainer from the FBI. And they'll have information about where to go to find people maybe like me who are a little bit unhappy with the way foreigners interfere in our business.
So they should basically all register as foreign agents of Israel. They're not working for the United States.
At a minimum. I think they should be closed down myself. I don't think we have to put up as a nation state with the presence of malign foreign actors, whether they're registered or not.
Does a president of any country sign orders to prevent their own citizens from talking or thinking a certain way about another country? And yet that's all we're seeing from this guy, because that's who he is. He's a puppet for Israel, just like I told you the day before and the day after he was selected president. People need to wake up, because this is accelerating way faster than we ever thought. Any given moment we could wake up and be unable to communicate, or worse, because this is moving fast. A president of a country making it a huge issue for people in colleges or institutions in his own country, unable to think freely. This is insane. This is totally insane, but here it is. This is them externalizing the hierarchy. They want you to know who's in charge, and you need to wake up, and you need to wake up soon, because it's been right in front of your face the entire...
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. President, in the more observant ends of the Jewish world, I have a lot of people come up to me who used to be Democrats, and they said, I voted for Trump this time. And I'll tell you something else. I was in Israel right before the pandemic, and as I was walking down the street, when people knew I was American, they would say to me, make sure you keep Trump. And one more quick story, and then I got some more questions for you, is that the yarmulkes on your head, they're selling Trump ones everywhere in Israel before the election.
That's right.
Just as
I heard that.
Oh, I got some. I got a few in my house. And I actually said to one of the vendors, I said, excuse me, this was just as a joke. I said, do you guys sell the Biden ones also? And they just laughed. They just laughed, and they thought it was hysterical, because they said, no, we don't want that guy in office. Mr. President.
Well, the biggest change I've seen in Congress is Israel literally owned Congress. You understand that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And it was so powerful. It was so powerful. And today it's almost the opposite. You have between AOC and Omar and these people that hate Israel. They hate it with a passion. They're controlling Congress, and Israel is not a force in Congress anymore. It's just amazing. I've never seen such a change. And we're not talking about over a very long period of time, but I think you know exactly what I'm saying. They had such power. Israel had such power, and rightfully, over Congress, and now it doesn't. It's incredible, actually.